Aloha, this is Yan and this is my Music 102 final presentation. So I am going to talk about the reggae music and its worldwide phenomena. So what is reggae? A reggae is a musical genre coined in Jamaica around the 1960s to identify a rag style of dance music. Reggae music is primarily originated from the progressive developments of rocksteady and ska, which is characterized by the rhythms on the upbeat. So its musical characteristics, it incorporates some of the musical elements of rhythms and blues, or the R&B, the jazz, the African and Latin American music, and as well as other genres. Reggae is either played in 4/4 times, or a 4/4 time or a swing time. And one of the most easily recognizable elements is offbeat rhythms. The staccato, which is marked by short, clear-cut playing or singing of tones or chords, on the offbeats of the measure, which is often referred to as the skank. So we'll talk about the history of reggae music. Reggae was an evolution of what had happened in Jamaican music and was the next evolutionary step from the other types of Jamaican music that had been enjoyed before it. So I will teach you a little bit about the history of the Jamaican music. In Jamaica during the 1950s, communities of people would gather at small dance hall clubs called sound system where DJ would play a popular American R&B. So from this style of music, the Jamaicans developed their own style. And during the 1960s, the style of music became slower with more of a love-based lyrics. This style was called rocksteady. With the music, bass, and upbeat guitar skank, this new sound married the Motown and early soul era. It was said that during this time, the ska beat became so fast for dancing for Jamaicans. So the slowed down forum ska meant that people didn't have to exert so much energy, so they could stay on the dance floor for longer. And somewhere between around 1969, the development of the reggae sound began with organs used prominently as rhythmic instruments and up-down-up skank guitars used from the rocksteady sound. And this developed into the root reggae sound in the mid-70s. With lyrics contained a political agenda with social change, it was a way for people to get their news. This new style began to use the minor keys and slower tempo. It also borrowed rock and roll style guitar effects such as the wah and the bubbled piano rhythm. This new roots reggae music also led to the beginning of versions. Each track would have different versions on the record, such as the main vocal version, the instrumental or spoken version, and eventually, these versions led to the creation of the dub reggae, which was more thing of a pre-recorded reggae music into new and different styles. This was said to influence the hip-hop and techno movement in the United States throughout the 80s and 90s. So the worldwide reggae phenomena. How did it influence the world? So before going on to that, we'll talk about those people who had a significant role in this music. So when you think of reggae music, the first name that comes to our mind is this man. So his name is Bob Marley, and I'm pretty sure most of you know this guy. The island's reggae superstar, Robert Nesta Marley, aka Bob Marley, was responsible for the worldwide phenomena of reggae music. And even though we first met Bob Marley in the 70s, the name still lingers up to this day, because he was the man who turned Jamaican reggae music into an international phenomenon, and with the help of a few others along the way, which established as a worldwide genre of music, such as Gregory Isaacs. He is one of reggae's greatest legends, and despite his thin, sometimes strained voice, he is one of reggae's all-time greatest singers. And the other guy is this one. It was an encounter with Bob Marley himself that propelled this young Winston Rodney into the music business. He is one of the most influential and enduring roots reggae artists in history. So reggae music is the kind of music which puts you in relaxing mode. You simply feel like chilling out and listening to lyrics as it speaks to your mind and body. The themes of the song lyrics of reggae music are the most interesting. They address various subjects including love, money, living conditions, relationships, religion, peace, sexuality, injustices, and politics. And today, reggae music continues to be a significant influence in many other genres, such as soul music, chill out music, and even gospel music. So reggae music has also subgenres. So first one is the skinhead reggae. It originated in the late 1960s when several reggae artists started targeting their lyrics and music to skinheads. Its difference from the rock steady, is that it has slightly faster beat, which is done by the drummer making use of a hi-hat, lower mixing of the bass, heavy organ lines, and the electronic double rhythm guitar stroke. The second one is the roots reggae. The roots reggae is a spiritual subgenre of reggae, with lyrics that are mainly about praising or worshipping a singular god whom they call Jah. Some of the other lyrical themes of this reggae or this subgenre would include poverty as well as resistance to government oppression. The next one is dub. This subgenre of reggae involves an extensive remixing of recorded material, and it is also distinguished by the emphasis on the drum and the bass line. The next is the lovers rock. With lyrics that are often about love, lovers rock is a subgenre of reggae that originated back in the mid-1970s in South London, and in many ways it is similar to rhythm and blues. And next one is the dancehall. This genre was developed back 1980 and has a style which is characterized by the DJ singing and rapping over raw and fast rhythms. And the last one is the reggaeton. It is a combination of reggae and dancehall music which gained popularity among young Latinos during the early 1990s. So more onto that, so let's go to the reggae outside of Jamaica and its influence around the world. So reggae has spread to many countries around the world, and often incorporating local instruments and fusing with other genres. So now, we'll see how it influenced the world. So, we'll first go to Americas. Reggae had spread from mainland South American Caribbean from Venezuela and Guyana to the rest of South America. And samba reggae originated in Brazil as a blend of samba with Jamaican reggae. And in Europe, because of this great Caribbean music in the United Kingdom, including reggae, it has been popular since the late 1960s and has evolved into several subgenres and fusions. The UK became the base from which many Jamaican artists toured Europe, and due to the large number of Jamaican musicians immigrating there. There have been a number of European artists and bands drawing their inspiration directly from Jamaica and the Caribbean community in Europe, whose music and vocal styles are almost identical to the contemporary Jamaican music. So let's go to Africa. Reggae in Africa was much boosted by the visit of Bob Marley to Zimbabwe on Independence Day, on April 18, 1980. The Nigerian reggae had developed in 1970s, and in South Africa, reggae music has played a unifying role against cultural groups in Cape Town. So in the Pacific and the Asia, so in the Philippines, several bands and sound systems play reggae and dancehall music. Their music is called Pinoy reggae. Japanese reggae emerged in the early 1980s, and reggae is becoming more prevalent in Thailand as well. By the end of 1980s, the local music scene in Hawaii was dominated by Hawaiian music, a local form of reggae. Indonesia also has a thriving reggae scene, with the music brought by tourists to Bali in the 1970s and 80s. So in Australia and New Zealand, reggae in Australia originated in the 1980s, and New Zealand reggae was heavily inspired by Bob Marley's 1979 concert in the country, and early reggae groups such as the Herbs. Today, reggae music continues to be one of the more popular musical genres appreciated by a wide range of listeners throughout the world. And reggae is outside Jamaica is really widely known and is very widely used. These 3 videos here will show how this genre has spread across the different parts of the world. So this first video is from a band from the Philippines, my home country, called the Reggae Mistress, and the song is entitled "The Mag Reggae Tayo." So notice the things these guys adopted from the Jamaican musical genre. So I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, this second video is a remix of the song "I Don't Wanna Miss a Thing," adapting the musical style of reggae. Okay, so this last video, I included this because this band is really my favorite. And they're from Hawaii, and their music are inspired by the reggae. So, I hope you enjoy watching this.
My heart on fire.